Hello everyone, this is Chloe. Let's move on to common errors part. Okay, so first issue is brand issue. Here is our example, baby GI. Uh, I know everyone, if you got the search item baby GI, you will regard it as baby gift, right? So if the product is related to baby or related to baby gift, you will mark it as exact. But if you develops a good habit to search each item before you make the judgment, you will know if you search the baby GI on Amazon, you will get totally different results. So check the picture here. Baby GI didn't stand for baby gifts. Actually, they are like sports suits here. And also, if you check it on Google, Amazon, you will know baby GI is a brand. So what I want to say here is don't make judgment without searching it on Amazon or Google search. So always you make full use of tools. Make sure you fully understand the search item. So under this circumstance, Baby GI is a brand. Okay, so this is brand issue. To search, use your tools to search every search item in case you miss some key points here. Okay, so this is brand issue. Also, I have an example for you. The keyword is beads case, and the beads is a brand apparently, and our product here is an airports case. So airports, totally different brand from Apple, right? So Apple and beads are totally different, but the product is correct. So if the product is right and the brand is wrong, so under this circumstance, we mark it as substitute. So this is brand issue. Next one, intention issue. So we got an example here like Texas, same as heart, bell, airplane, and feather. We won't buy Texas online, but anything related to Texas can be marked as exact. For example, there's a shirt with cowboy pattern. So as if you search Texas, you know in history, cowboy Texas are familiar for cowboy or for some characters. Anything cowboy movie are happened at Texas, right? So cowboy are related to Texas. So anything related to Texas, we can mark it as exact. So if a shirt with cowboy pattern, then the T-shirt can be marked as exact. So that's the intention issue. So if we met anything are not real or it is abstract, then you can regard it as an attribute. So anything related to this attribute can be marked as exact. So this is the intention issue. Next one, set suit via singles item issue. That's this part, set and singles I just mentioned. So here are some examples here. To avoid making this issue, I have some solutions here. I get some suggestions here. So step one, you should pay attention to the product name. If the product name contains and or set suit top or this key word, then the correlation here is probably related to set and singles issue. You need to pay attention to the keyword here in set suit top, right? And step two, you should check the product picture to double confirm if the searched item and product accord with the issue. Okay, for example, the search item is lamp shade. So the search item is want a single item shade. So if you search lamp shade, you can also check the result here. We didn't get any lamp the whole lamb. We don't get a very complete lamb here. We just got the part of the lamb, right? So if the search item is a lamp shade, that you got a whole lamp here. You got a table lamp set, right? The keyword set here. Then you can make your conclusion. The search item is a single item, and the product is a set. So this is set issue. They don't match. So this is that issue. They don't match, and under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute because the search item is a single one, and the product is a set. So this is that issue. We mark it as substitute. Also, the search item is the pink bikini top. So the keyword top here, right? So you need to pay attention to our product. And our product here got the keyword set. So top and set, they don't match because the search item here just want a top, but the product here give us a set. So they don't match. So under this circumstance, we mark the relationship as substitute. Okay, so this is the set and a single item issue. Make sure the search item and the product are match. Make sure these two columns match. Also, we got some examples for irrelevant. For example, the keyword is blazer and shorts, and there's a product here is women's fashionable, elegant, pearl button stand collar lace two-piece suit. So blazer and shorts, a lace two-piece suit. Actually, they are not even the same products, right? They are products usually. They are not even the right product. They are not blazer and shorts. They are just lace two-piece suit, right? So under this circumstance, if the products are totally different, we need to mark it as irrelevant. Also, the keyword is dressy body suit, and the product here is mock neck mesh bodysuit, and it is a jumpsuit. It is not a bodysuit. So they are totally different products. So under this circumstance, if the products are wrong, we mark it as irrelevant. And next one, gender issue. It is related who to buy for. Do you remember the important attributes who to buy for? Women, men, girl, pet, right? So we need to make sure what gender here. So let's check the example. For example, the keyword is pajama, men and women. And the product here are just for men, right? The product here are just for men, not women. So the gender are not correct. So it didn't fully meet a requirement of fully meet a requirement of who to buy for. So under this circumstance, we mark it as irrelevant. And next one, the keyword is sexy husband gift, and this product here is for dad. So dad and husband are different, totally different people. So under this circumstance, the wrong people, wrong who to buy for, right? The wrong person. So if the product are for the wrong person, we should mark it as irrelevant as well. The next one, age issue, still related to who to buy for. For example, here the keyword is toys for baby. So the person here, the target here is babies, right? And the product here are it aims for from 3 to 6, 6 to 12. Apparently, babies are like younger than 3 age, like 3 years old, younger than 3 years. So we can call them as baby. 6 and 12, they are almost teenagers, right? They are almost teenagers. They cannot be regarded as baby. So the ages are wrong. So if the ages are wrong, that means the target members are wrong. So 425, we cannot meet the requirements of 424. So if it is wrong person, we mark it as irrelevant as well. Next one, function issue. What to do? Okay, this is also another important attribute. If the product couldn't meet the requirement of search item, but can be used for the consumption intent, we can mark it as substitute. For example, the keyword is warm tights, and the product here are tights, are women tights, but we cannot make sure if they are warm, right? It can be used. They are right products, but we cannot make sure the function fully meets the function requirement. But it can be used for this consumption intention, right? It can be used tight. It can be warm, but we don't know if it fully meets the requirement of warm. So under this circumstance, we mark it as substitute. And next one, the keyword is 42 bra, 42 kilo bra, and this is like a size, right? And from the attributes column, we don't know this bra size. This is not equal to this not equal to this one. So we don't know if this bra is 42. So when we cannot make sure the size here, but the products are correct. The products are bras. The product is a bra, like push-up bra. It's apparently product is correct, but the function cannot make sure. So under this circumstance, we mark it as substitute as well. Okay. And the next one, if the products couldn't fully meet the requirement of such item and cannot be used for the consumption of intention, we can mark it as irrelevant. Like for example, the keyword is beverage hat. So it is a hat and it is for beverage. And I searched beverage hat on Amazon and turned out the products looks like that, right? They looks like that. And this product here, it is like a casual baseball cape. It is totally different from beverage hat. So they are the wrong products and cannot meet the requirement of this function. So under this circumstance, it cannot meet the requirement of consumption intention. So we need to mark it as irrelevant. And next one, let's move on. Other auxiliary attributes. First one, color issue. If the search item or product color is a general color, the other one is a specific color, then we can mark as exact. For example, the keyword is blush pink dress. So the search item is blush pink, and the product dress here, it is a pink. So pink is a general color, right? So the product has a general color, but the search item is a specific color. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as exact. On the other hand, the search item is green graphic shirt. So the search item is a general color, and the product here has a specific color, dark green. So under this circumstance, if the search item is a general color and the product has a specific color, we can also mark it as exact. And next one, when we will mark it as substitute, for example, the keyword is dark blue dress, and the product here is teal blue. Okay, so they are all specific color, and they don't match. So under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute. The products are correct, but color are totally different. Under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute. Also, we got a keyword line green. And the top here, like the tank top here, it is green, and the coverage of green is not up to not the coverage of the blue is not up to half, right? So it is less than half. So under this circumstance, based on the coverage, we mark it as substitute. And next one is material issue. If the search item contains material, then we need to take product material into consideration. Okay, for example, the keyword is fur slippers. So products are slippers and the materials are fur. And we need to check the product material into consideration. As here, the material is cornbread. So totally different material, but same product. Under this circumstance, substitute. Again, the keyword is silk, slip set. So silk is the material. And the product here, it is woven fabric. So different material, but right product. It is also underwear and sleepwear. It is a set, right? This including some set here, including some set here. So okay, it is not set to. It is just a sleep pants. It is sleep pants, not without top. Okay, so it has two issues. First one, it includes material. Next one, it is set issue, right? So the materials here are don't match. The material don't match. Silk and woven fabric don't match. Also, the keyword needs a set, but the product just pants. They don't include shirts, right? They need top and pants consist set, but we don't have the top shirts. So this is material issue plus set issue. So we need to mark it as substitute. Next one, style issue. So if search item contains style of the product, make sure the product attributes are the same as the search item. For example, the search item has like asymmetrical dress, and the product here is solid off shoulder dress. So totally different style, but the same product. Under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute. Next one, type issue. Okay, if the product attributes doesn't include the search item type, then we mark the relationship as substitute. For example, the keyword is iPhone 15 phone case, and the attributes here. The products are correct. It is a phone case, but the type here didn't contain iPhone 15, just got iPhone 11 to iPhone 14. From iPhone 11 to iPhone 14, right? No iPhone 15. So the product didn't contain the type of the search item. So under this circumstance, we mark it as substitute. But if the search item is Galaxy A03s and the product here contains this type, then we can mark it as exact. Okay, next one, accessory issue. So if the search item is iPad pen and the product is pen box, so pen box is the accessory of the iPad pen. So if under this circumstance, we need to mark it as irrelevant. Okay. And last one, unable to judge. Yeah, talk about this one. We need to move on. Very first page. Actually, there are four options. Here: exact substitute, irrelevant, and unable to determine. Also unable to judge, same meaning. So when we will choose unable to determine or unable to judge, If the search item is completed, but we couldn't make sure the consumption intention, then we mark it as unable to judge. For example, the keyword is pieces. Pieces is very abstract. We don't know what it means. And it means it can it can be like pieces of paper. It can be pieces of uh pizza. So it is very abstract. This word is very abstract. We don't know what's the consumption intention here, right? So under this circumstance, we can mark it as unable to judge, no matter what products here. As the search item is very abstract, so under this circumstance, we can mark all these products as unable to judge. Again, like this one, the keyword is 90 off clothes. Well, 90 off can be a lot of meaning, like discount, 90 discount, right? And it can be like a brand. I don't know. It can be. There's a lot of possibilities for these phrases. We cannot make sure of it, right? We cannot guess. So under this circumstance, if we cannot make sure the meaning of the search item, it is hard to determine. So under this circumstance, we can mark all these products under this search item as unable to judge. Okay, so this is unable to judge. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think that's all for today's sharing for common errors, right? So that's all for today's sharing. Thanks for your participating. Bye bye. Hello everyone, this is Chloe. Here is the newest guideline. So I will share it with you step by step. So first one, let's check the screenshot of our platform. There are several parts on this page. First one, it is a search item, and each search item contains around 30 products to evaluate. So here is the product name, and each product has its own picture for you to better understand what product it is. In the meantime, we can see category and the property collection here with more details for you to better understand what product it is. Okay, so this is the first page about the screenshot for the platform. And next one, we need to know what we need to do for this project. So first one, we need to understand the search item and product. And when we talked about product, we need to know the name, the category, the attribute, and the picture. Right, the product name, the product picture, the category, and all the attributes here. Right, so this is the first step. And next one, we need to judge the relevance of the product and the search item. And when you do this step, you can make full use of tools such as Amazon, Google Search, and ChatGPT. Okay, make sure you when you don't know the meaning of the search item, you can make full use of tools. And the next one, if you will understand the search item and the products, then you can make the correlation relevance option, right? You will know what's the relationship between the search item and the products. So at that time, you can make your own judgment here. So that's what we need to do. And let's move on to the next part. Let's talk about the labeling rules one by one. Okay, first one, again, we need to understand meaning of the search item. So there are several parts about the search item. First one, products. And what is products? For example, dress, skirt, slides, boots, shorts, and skirts. Okay, they are all product name, but they are totally different products, right? So these are products. And next one, we need to know important attributes. So there are two key points we need to pay attention to. Okay, first one, what are the important attributes? First one, who to buy for example, women, men, girl, and pet. Here is an example. For example, the client search for a pair of men's shoes, but the product is a pair of women's high heel. So apparently, the product is didn't meet the requirement of the search item, right? So under this circumstance, we can mark it as irrelevant, as it didn't meet the requirement of 2 by 4, right? The search item is for men and the product is for women. And next one, we need to focus on the function, purpose of use, which is what to do, including support, wedding, makeup tools, and snow. Again, let's check an example here. The client asked for a wedding dress, right? The client asked for a wedding dress, and the product here is a skirt. Apparently, a skirt is not the same as wedding dress. They are not the same purpose. So under this circumstance, the relationship between the search item wedding dress and the product skirt is irrelevant. Okay, so that's our two important attributes. If the products are totally not meet the requirement of important attributes, then the correlation description is irrelevant. Okay, so these are important attributes. Then let's move on to the next one, brand. And this is a simple one. For example, Nike, Lululemon, they are all brands. And next one are auxiliary attributes. For example, color, style, type, size, length, pattern, high heel. They are auxiliary attributes. They are so simple. So let's move on next part. Again, if you don't know what are the meaning of the search item, we can use Amazon, Google search, and ChatGPT. Okay. Again, double confirm, double emphasize here. We need to make full use of these tools. And next one, this is the invalid data. This talks about invalid data. If the query has no explicit semantics, for example, if the query is AAA, under this circumstance, we don't know what client ask for, right? We don't know the consumption intention here. They are meaningless, and also it cannot tell us what our client really want. So under this circumstance, we can mark this search item as invalid data. So here is the valid button. Here, on this page, you can see that the button is here. Also, we have an example here. The keyword is bottoming skirt sweatshirt. So on this keyword, we can see two main products, skirt and sweatshirt, right? So it is confused. It is confused. We don't know what products our clients ask for. So under this circumstance, if we cannot make sure what our clients ask for, then we can mark this search item as invalid data. Okay, so this is an example for your reference. So much for the search item. Let's move on next one. Let's understand the product. This one I want to emphasize when there is a conflict between the product picture and the text. We need to make the judgment based on the picture. Again, for example, the picture here is a dress, but if the product name is a short, so a short is totally different from a dress, right? So if we need to make the judgment between the search item and the products, then we need to compare search item and the picture, not the search item and the product name. Okay, if the product name is different from the picture, we need to make the judgment based on this picture. Okay, next one. This is the third one. Judge the relationship between the search term and the product. Here is a summary. Here, let's check it one by one. First one, the first line here includes also includes a brand, auxiliary attributes, important attributes, product, consumption intention, and also add some details here. All these details we had mentioned above, right? But these three we didn't mention. So I will introduce them briefly. So first one, set and singles. It means, for example, when we search a set and the product is just a top or a button. For example, you search a sweatshirt set, but you just got a shirt or you just got a pen. So under this circumstance, you cannot mark the search item and the product as exact. We need to mark it as substitute. This is set and singles. Another one, salaries, products, features. For example, the search item is Apple Pen, and the product here is Apple Pen's box. So the box is the salary of the Apple Pen, right? So under this circumstance, we need to mark it as irrelevant. So this is a salary issue. And next one, uncertainty. So for example, there is an adjective like sexy, different people have has its own definition of sexy. So we cannot mark it as exact because we have different opinions about this word. So if the search item is an adjective, we cannot make sure the definition of it. We can mark the relationship between the search item and the product as substitute. Normally, we won't mark this relationship as exact because it is not like a word with its definition because everyone has its own opinion, right? So under this circumstance, we got some uncertainty here. So we mark this as substitute. So these three situations are very special. So let's talk it in advance. And let's move on to the next line. This is the correlationship description, exact, substitute, and irrelevant. When we will mark it as exact, when the product fully meets all the requirements. For example, what are all requirements, including brand, auxiliary attributes, important attributes, product, consumption intention. So when the products meet all the requirements here, we can mark it as exact. And also the products cannot meet the requirements here. They are not set as singles, they are not accelerators, they didn't include any uncertainty. So under this circumstance, we can mark the product as exact. And when we mark it as substitute, so when the product fully meets the important attributes and also the same product with as the search item and also meet the requirement of consumption intention. And also it can be set as singles, but it is not a salary. It can be uncertainty. So under this circumstance, we can mark the product as substitute. And next one, when we can mark the product as irrelevant. So it can, first one, it is not the same product as the search item. Also, it didn't meet the requirement of consumption intention. And it may not meet the requirement of important attributes. And also, if it is an accessory of the search item, so you don't need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need to meet all the 5 requirements here. You even meet one of the requirements, you can mark the product as irrelevant. Here are some examples. So first one, if the query is Nike red sports shoes, and the product name, the first product here is Nike red sports shoes. Okay, same name with query. Apparently, it meets the brand requirement of brand, meets the requirement of color, and meets the requirement of sport. Okay, meets the requirement of product, and also meets the requirement of consumption intention, right? And it is not packaged, and it is not the set and singles, not the accessory, and it is very certain without uncertainty. And the picture here is red Nike sports shoes, right? They are Nike red sports shoes. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as exact. And this one, Adidas blue sports shoes. So the brand is wrong, the color is wrong, but the attributes, the important attributes here are correct. The products are correct. They are shoes. The consumption intention are correct. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as substitute. And next one, the product name is feather boots. So the product here is wrong because the query here are shoes, but this one a pair of boots, right? The products are wrong. So if the products are wrong, we mark it as irrelevant. Also, the consumption intentions are wrong, right? So we mark it as irrelevant. Next one. if the query is sport socks. So according to the picture here, the important attributes for sport correct. The products they are stocks and consumption issue are correct. No pack, no set and singles, no accessories, no uncertainty. So exact. But the picture here are normal cotton socks, right? So products are correct. They are pair of shoes. There are several pair of shoes. They can use for sport, but it is not specially used. They are not specially used for sport, so they cannot fully meet the requirement, but they can be used for sport. And there are no accessories, no uncertainty. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as substitute. Next one's peg holes. So the product here are wrong because we need the sport socks, but peg holes cannot be used for sport, right? So the important attribute sport here, we cannot fully meet the requirement. The products are wrong, the consumption intention are wrong. So under this circumstance, we need to mark it as irrelevant. And next one, the query is mountain climbing shoes. So first one, what is the mountain climbing shoes? The picture here, and they are fully meet the requirement, so it is exact. And here is ordinary sneakers. It can be used for mountain climbing, but it is not a special use for it, right? So the attribute what to do cannot be fully meet, but it can be used for it. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as substitute. And next one, no athletic shoes like high heel. It cannot be used for cannot be used for sport, right? So the important attribute here cannot be met, and the products here are wrong. They are not climbing shoes, and they cannot meet the consumption intention. So under this circumstance, we mark it as irrelevant. And next one, the query here is teen girl pants. So the picture here apparently, this pair of pants are for girls, are for teen girls, and they are pants. So fully meets all the requirements. And next one, men pants. So it cannot meet the requirement of who to buy for, right? As it is for, as they are for men, they are not for teen girl. So the products are wrong. The consumption intention are wrong. The important attributes is wrong. So under this circumstance, it is irrelevant. And next one, teen girl skirts. So we want pants, but this is a skirt, so products are wrong. Consumption intention is wrong. So under this circumstance, we mark it as irrelevant. And next one, the query is waterproof boots. And this one, apparently, this is a pair of waterproof sneakers. So the products is wrong, and the consumption intention is wrong. Irrelevant. As a result, it is irrelevant. And this one are waterproof shoe covers. Apparently, the product is wrong. Consumption intention is wrong. As a result, they are irrelevant. Next one, the query are shorts, and this one is one piece. Different product, wrong consumption intention, irrelevant. Next one, it is a B pants. So different product, wrong customer intention, right? Consumption intention. As a result, irrelevant. Right. So next one, the query is feather, and as a feather is very abstract word, we can mark it as an attribute. So anything related to feather can be marked as exact. For example, feather handcraft, we can mark it as exact. Or feather decoration, it is made by feather, so it is exact. For example, feather elements of clothing. This dress decoration was decorated with some feathers, right? Related to feather, so it is exact. For example, feather pillow filled with feather, related to feather, exact. Feather comforters filled with feather, so it is also exact. Next one, airplane. It is huge word. This is a huge word. Actually, we won't buy an airplane online, so it can be real airplane, but we also can mark it. We also can regard it as an attribute. Anything related to airplane can be marked as exact. For example, airplane toys. If the product is airplane toys, it can mark as exact. For example, airplane models can be marked as exact. Pattern, also airplane pattern can be marked as exact. Also necklace with the airplane shape related to airplane, it can be marked as exact. Next one, red. Okay, it is a color. If the search item is just a color, then we need to focus on the coverage of the color. For example, the product is a red hat. Then, if the color coverage of the product accounts more than half, like all of them are covered with red, then we can mark it as exact. For this one red necklace, you can see only a little bit is covered with red. The rest of them are silver, right? So if the main color is silver but with little red, so under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute. We need to make sure the coverage of the color needs to be around half and over half. Then we can mark it as exact. If it is just a little bit, we can only mark it as substitute. Okay, so the coverage of the color is very important. We need to check the coverage of the color when we meet the circumstance, when we meet this situation. Next one, the query is Hello Kitty. It is an IP, right? So if the search item contains an IP, we need to make sure the products also contain this IP. If not, then we need to mark it as irrelevant. For example, this one is Hello Kitty bag. It contains IP Hello Kitty, and this one contains the IP Snoopy. Without Hello Kitty, without this IP, so under this circumstance, we mark it as irrelevant. And next one, the query is Spring Festival party suppliers. So this query includes some holidays like Spring Festival. So anything related to Spring Festival are exact. For example, this one are called decorations, and this one are suppliers. So they are all related to Spring Festivals, right? So under this circumstance, they are exact. Next one, query is iPhone 14. So if you met iPhone 14, apparently it is exact. And if the product is iPhone SE with a different type, then the same product but different type, different auxiliary attributes. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as substitute. And next one, Samsung Galaxy A03s. So it is a phone, but with different brand, with different type. So under this circumstance, if the important attribute, the product, the consumption intention, all full meet the requirement, but the brand, the auxiliary attributes cannot meet the requirement. Under this circumstance, we mark it as substitute. Okay. And next one, salary, such as earphone, phone cases, charging cables. Under this circumstance, we need to mark it as irrelevant. So here is an earphone, AirPods. Here is an AirPods. So it is an accessory of iPhone, right? So if the product is accessory of the search item, we mark it as irrelevant. Okay, next one, the query is cell phone holder. And the product here is a cell phone case with a holder. So the main product here is totally different from the query. So product issue, different product, wrong consumption intention, irrelevant. And next one, the query is heart, the same as our phone. This is a huge word. We won't buy a heart online, right? So anything related to heart can be marked as exact. So heart shape, apparently, it is related to heart. So mark it as exact. Next one, ear, same as heart. They are organs. We won't buy an organ online. So anything related to ear is exact. For example, like handphone earring, right? So anything related to ear can be marked as exact. Next one, bell. Same as ear, same as airplane, same as heart. We won't really buy a bell online. So anything related to bell, like a bell pattern, bell toy, bell shape, or can be marked as exact. Next one, Christmas clothes. This one is same as holiday, same as Spring Festival. Christmas is also a holiday. But one more thing need to add here is the color of the holiday is also need to be taken into consideration. For example, the key color for Christmas are like a white, red, blue. White, red, green, right? White, red, green. So if the product contains all these colors here, can also be marked as exact. For example, this pair of pants are red, so the color here is correct. So under this circumstance, we also can mark it as exact. And the hoodies here is the character. All this hoodie is related to Christmas as well, but the color here is also related to this holiday. So under this circumstance, we can mark it as exact. Next one, t-shirt top. Okay, so if the query is t-shirt top and we got 3 t-shirt tops, so if you search one, get three pieces, under this circumstance, we can mark it as exact. But if we search t-shirt top, but with pants, like search top got a suit, right? This is the set and singles issue. This is the set issue. So if you search one, get a set, under this circumstance, we need to mark it as substitute. Okay. So okay, last example. If the query is just a brand, for example, the query is Jordan. Jordan is brand, right? But we got a Reebok sneakers, so totally different brand. So under this circumstance, if the query just a brand without any product here, then we need the product. If the product with a different brand, we can it could not meet the requirements of consumption intention. If it can, it is different consumption intention. If it is a different consumption intention, we need to mark it as irrelevant. So if the query is just a brand, we need to make sure all the products is related to this brand. This brand is not only brand, it is like a special attribute here, right? So if it cannot meet this special attribute, it cannot meet, it is different consumption intention. So we need to mark it as irrelevant. Okay, so these are all the labeling rules and the examples here.